problem, I'll let my buddy try to go through and see what's going on from there. But anyway, as I said before, this is a new technology we've been working on for quite some time. And again, it has so many different levels to the technology. It's unbelievable what it's designed to do. As I said before, this screen can take on any form of technology we throw at it. And it has all different types of applications that we can do to it with no problem whatsoever. So we altered it and changed it a little bit to see what would happen, and we got this. So we got a darker version and a lighter version of it, depending on what the coats and how we apply the coats on it. We got to get this thing on a test run. Right now, I can't seem to get access to any samples at all. I mean, literally, I can't get access to nothing. And the reason why, they're watching us. And I know for a fact that the big companies have been watching us. They know about what we're working on over here. Because again, as I said before, I usually can get access to a sample. I can't access to nothing. Not a thing. They're locking it down that you have to send an email. You have to send first name, last name, the whole 9 yards. They want a full little spread on who you are if we can buy from them. I'm going to have to get somebody else to get it for us. That's the only way I can do it. I'm literally locked out and getting a sample to go against this thing. So, guess I got to make some phone calls. See if we can get some certifieds up here. I want to see what this thing looks like next to a diamond technology. Alright, let me see. So we have two versions of it. Darker on this side, lighter on this side. Which basically, like I said, still at 10%. So at 10%, we're still horsing around to see exactly what we can do. How dark is this one? This is actually darker than the other one we had that was actually clear, that you can actually see a Coke bottle on the other end. This is a whole complete different shade. It is much darker than the other one. Let me see, just to give you an idea. Microphones, of course, are on that side. Always on the opposite side. Let me see if we got it going on here. Black background, beta fish. This is literally how dark it is now. And it's way darker than the other one. And it's transparent too. As you can see, the box on the other side right there, I left a box behind it so you can see how transparent it is. So this one is different. There's two sides. You can see one's actually darker than the other one. So we're seeing them side by side. How many different variants we can get out of this technology, and it's quite a lot. We can even change the color of it, and it still will produce white light right through it. And this was taken down to a friend's shop where I was able to use his paint can at the end of the day. Boy, we got some interesting stuff in there, man. I got to go down and see him more often. And we're able to spray this in. So you can see the darker version, it's not affecting the color or anything whatsoever. Still, the white levels are slightly higher on this side right here. But we have different shades. In mine, to 10%, we have the ability to be able to heighten those levels if we choose to. So as I said before, we can't even call it ad tech anymore. It does too much stuff. It does way too much stuff. We put this stuff into a paint can and we spray on any form of fabric, it alters and changes the fabric. The screens look absolutely insane. We spray it on plexiglass, we spray it on anything. It converts it to something completely different. I gotta try a solid surface. I got some metal over here. I'm gonna blast a piece of metal with this to see exactly what happens when it transfers to metal. Now, we ever sell this as a product? Oh, heck no. No. Not in a trillion years. It'll never happen. This is art coding. I told you I wanted to get into physical screens. That's what I wanted to get into, and we got it. We got a formula that has, probably roughly over 67 different versions of what we can get out of this. It's astonishing what we can do with it. And again, as you can see, it collects light like there's no problem. We can have all the lights on here. It doesn't phase it at all whatsoever. So I'm making a smaller version for the Pico projectors to test them out to see what they're like. So we have a lighter version, and then we have a darker version, and then an even darker version than that. I'm gonna do a small sample sheet. There's a blue version for visual effects. So we can do anything with it. Those cloths that they put over top tables, if we spray one of them, it converts into a screen. It looks just like that. Images pop up crystal clear, super sharp, can operate on low entry-level projectors, can operate in fully lit environments, commercial environments, ultra short though completely compatible, outside fully weatherproof, submersible technology. Man, it does a lot. We have the power of ad tech. So, yep. I'm still at 10%. So we have to give it a name that covers everything. It covers window advertising. It covers screens for home theater, dedicated theater, the whole 9 yards, projector mapping applications, visual effects, interactive technology. Pretty much this thing will run anything we want to run. And at 50 lumens, we can generate just anywhere you want, even outside. So, got a lot of work to do to figure out how we're going to name this. Of course, I'm going to my Lord about it. He's the one that blessed us with this technology. Now we got 2 panels side by side. I'd rather have them right against each other than basically overlapping, because we overlap it. Because the surface is really, really flexible. And the flexible surface, not good. I would say smaller would be great for smaller screen. Tiles would be better for flexible. More larger surfaces should be much more stiffer. That's all the cool information I'm getting from this technology on what we need to do, and different surfaces, how flexible the surface is to apply it. Larger tiles, the surface would have to be a lot more rigid. It definitely had to be more rigid, where smaller ones can have a little flex to them. Except for that one we're going to build that PC for, I definitely do not want that to be flexible. I wonder, let me see what happens. 4K snow screensavers. Let me see the comparison in its white levels. Gee, even though this one's a little darker, but still its white levels are extremely good. So most likely with all the testing, we're probably talking about roughly September when we launch it. It's just too much stuff we got to learn about it. It's just so much stuff. There's really so much stuff. So you'll see videos in projector mapping applications. I got a laser Epson projector coming in to run this drag and drop technology we have over here for interactive technology. And we got a lot of stuff we want to run off this thing. We got a desk we got to build, and now I got to build a desk with little portable projectors on top of it. See how that functions and works. We got so much stuff we got to do, and this is not even funny. So most likely, roughly, probably September, November, one of these will be available. Until then, no can do. We can't even launch this thing. And if we had the patents and the paperwork here, we're not launching it. We have to figure exactly what we have here. But no, it's still market this thing. Let me see. Starfield screensaver. No, not Garfield. Starfield screensaver. Alright, let's see what we got going on here with this. Yeah, but those are more heavier than this side. That's the side we made actually darker than this side. We got two different screens in here. One's darker, one's lighter. And if you look right here, you'll see a little box right down here in that little corner. That makes sure with the screen we can transfer light back and forth. That screen has to be to transfer light through it back and forth. Ooh, we need to change the color of the screen next. That's why I said in the last video, before my phone died and my Bluetooth attached to it, we have the little, put it this way, a better way of putting this. You're too far behind. That's it. That's the best way I can say it. Any videos you do, you're too far behind. You are. First thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get a screen to be to produce an image off a 50 lumen projector in direct sunlight. Good luck with that one. That is almost impossible, but we got it done. We have one. That technology does it. That's the first thing you got to conquer is sunlight. If you're in an ambient light controlled environment, you fail. You got to take that on first. You got to be able to take on direct sunlight, crystal clear image from corner to corner. That's a doozy. Sunlight is something else. Now, since we know this stuff can read at 50 lumens, that means we can read it anywhere we want. We can go anywhere we want. I was over in the mall. I was anywhere I wanted to go. It was picking up. Ah! Okay. So yeah. Ugh. A smaller piece of it. I want to get that one after I read it. Oh, practically. Oh. 52. We had 52 the first time. We got 50 lumens the second time. That's a massive jump. Massive. I definitely want to do business with Apple. Well, if they come, companies will have access to the technology first. Companies only. And then later on, 2 months after that, we'll bring it to the public. Reason why? Because companies, we can make our capital 10 times faster. Not to be rude and all, but we do get to fill orders here and there, not enough. Companies will come in and buy thousands of them. That's why. And then later on, after a couple of months, I'll make it available. There's no screen like it. There isn't. Not one. For a person to say that they have ad tech, you would have to do everything ad tech can do, and you can't do it. We've already seen the demonstrations on YouTube. All these environments, dark environments, you can't even beat the quantum technology or quasar. You know, those technologies can take on halo systems. You know, can absorb 12,000 of light. You can't absorb it. I've seen those demonstrations. I'm not impressed. Even without the halo system, my environment's still brighter. What if someone were to ask, what is your product projector mapping application? What are you going to say? Yes or no? When they start talking to you about the hardware, do you know what they're talking about? What about interactive technology? You know anything about that? I even have the screen that's made out of liquid. A liquid projection screen. Got anything like that? What if I want to build a curved projection screen? Can you help me with that? You all can never build one. I've never seen one before. We built them. Can you tell me the library of the 235.1 aspect ratio? It's about 10 of those. Nope. They didn't really tell me anything. Dark environments, come on, man. That's a joke. A 50 lumen hit at 10%. Yeah, we can go anywhere we want now. I needed that confirmed. And we changed the elements on the technology. It was going to be to take a hit from sunlight. And we got it at 50. I didn't think it was going to work at first. It's 50 lumen projector now. So you always have to push the boundaries of your technology. Look, I'm sitting here in a fully office on a $50 projector. Look at that future technology. My problem is that the people on YouTube who do these poor excuse videos, I've gotten to a point now that we've seen that we've evolved way past what anybody else has done. And this is why we have to aim our technology in those other places, like big companies. Judging by what I've seen in demonstrations today, you're too far behind. What would happen if we take your screen and we put it outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon at 50 lumens? Can you operate in there? And the answer is no. Because I tested your stuff. I tested a lot of people's stuff. I'm not talking about just those dinky screen paints. No, we're not talking about that. Come on, please. You got to be kidding me. That stuff can wipe out every gray screen paint easily. That's nothing for that technology to do. Let's be real here. You see the environment I sit in? A gray screen can't even pass the black screen paint we have sitting over there. That black screen paint can wash a gray screen out with a flashlight of a cell phone. Literally bleed the color out of it. I did that in a forum site. Dude was like, gone. Like, really? I said, yeah, bled the color out of a freaking gray screen. So this technology is far more superior than the paints we make. So it's a waste of time. Dude, for gray screens, at the end of the day, it's a waste of time. I got one question for you. Are you willing to go to court on claims that you read the same contrast of what we read? Are you willing to go to court? Can you back your products up that well? Are you willing to walk into a courtroom and wager everything on your product claiming that it can read an infinity black level. Not gonna do it. Because they already know the truth. You can only fake it by so much. But in that environment, you can't fake it. Besides, you can't make that statement anyway. Any customer buy your stuff to get you on fraud. I've seen my personal favorite ones to see. It works in some ambient projection environments. No, not some. All of them. Because we work in all of them. So, not some ambient environments. All of them. And I mean fully lit environments. Not that fake lampshade nonsense. Screens peppered out in corners. Screens, lights behind the back of screens. Not that freaking carnival ride. I'm talking about actual ambient environments. This is the reason why, from the door, that we get cancellations. You surviving this? No. The only screens I see worthy of our time is certifies. Certified screens operate on a different level. It's a totally different technology. How do I know that gray paints can compete with certified? Y'all don't do any tests against those screens. Literally, I don't see y'all going against Diamond, Elite screens, GMP Supernova. Y'all stay far away from those screens. If y'all do a test, y'all do something with one of the grayer screens, something that you can come close to. But you won't go anywhere near the gunmetal technology. When I go on site and I go look at gray screen versus certified, I don't find anybody doing against those screens. Well, how come y'all don't go against those screens? And then some of y'all be calling yourself gunmetal. Are you kidding me? And you never challenge a real actual gunmetal physical screen? You know, you can't stick a gunmetal with a 0.9, 0.8 gain in your dark environment. And I see that a lot. Sticking screens in their dark environments because that's the only way their screens can function. That's a real powerful screen. And my personal favorite, and I see a lot of people do this one, when you're comparing yourself to a TV, you will literally have that screen and that TV in the same dark environment that your screen's in. Like our technology. Our technology is designed to be in fully lit environments. Anybody who claims that my product, what the freak am I doing in an environment that dark? We don't operate in those environments. You see me operating in that environment right now? No. So what the freak do you claim having my product and you're in a dark environment? It's because your paint doesn't work. That's why you're in there. Right now, or tomorrow, whatever, I can walk to Home Depot. I can pitch an idea to them that you need to cash in on these projection screen paints. You know what they're going to do? They got all that great paint in there. I can show them how to make a formula for free to give you competition. How are you going to compete with Home Depot? Home Depot's now got their own screen paint. And they have their own screen paint. We can show them how to make it for free. Because we're experts in the field of great paint, so we were making it before they were making it. So I can give you some competition. I can contact Benjamin Moore, all of them. They sell barbecue pits, all that stuff. How come you guys don't have projection screen paints? And you literally got this stuff right here to make it. I can show you how to make it. Here's your ingredients. Have it for free. Just to give you competition. Now, if they're advertising and they got the money and power to advertise on a level that you can't, and they're saying that, hey, we got our own screen paint, how fast you go out of business? Because your stuff's not tested. It's like the equivalence of when you have a pond and a bigger fish gets introduced to the pond. It starts eating up all the fish, which changes the ecosystem. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to introduce a bigger shark to your pond, or a bigger fish. Any company, any corporation will take anything for free. Especially if there's a market to make them a lot of money. Now, you can sit there and say, well, we'll give, what, black paint? We've done tests against black paint. We beat everything in black paint. What are you talking about? That'd be a joke at the end of the day. We could easily go in and crush anything they make out of black paint. That's nothing. All you're doing is set me up for a contract. And even come with it, he would even try it. You know why? Tradition. That's why. The same tradition that y'all follow is the same tradition that shoots you in the foot. Because they wouldn't go near it. They'll laugh about it because it's unheard of. Not knowing that we already have that technology. They're going to go with a gray screen. We can try to make several different shades of it with the stuff they have in that store. They make their own gray paints. And they can market it, sell it, and say, hey, Home Depot has its own screen paint. And you're in a lot of trouble then. But how do you compete with Home Depot? That's a big company at the end of the day. I would even advertise for them on my websites. It's no great paint's no threat to us. We don't care. We give it away for free. Why? Opportunity. Home Depot makes their own great paint. You can't do any tests against their product. At the end of the day, you have so much of it. I can even show them to make something that's unmatchable. And we don't make that stuff anymore. That stuff is considered to be it's old technology. We don't touch it. So if we consider that to be old technology and we give it away for free, well, that just tells you something right there how old it is. A lot of people give it away for free. You go to forum sites, a lot of forum sites that give away great paint for free. But Home Depot and them, they start making their own paints, you're doomed. You haven't upgraded. You haven't done any testing. You followed behind the certified screens at the end of the day. You're not certified screen technology. You're not them. Certified screens can do all the things that they're designed to do. They're tested for that. A great paint can't follow behind a certified. So you can't put yourself on a safe level by saying, hey, I'm saving you $7,000, because technically you're not. It's a different type of screen. If you did some testing on it, and I could find these tests, you would see that it's a totally different version of technology. So, the problem is, most people do, is they follow behind the certified. Certified's an ambient control, and they have to be technically, no. They calibrate the machines. Do they need to? No. I don't even know why to do all that stuff. But they do it because it's all protocol. That's what it is. All protocol. Everybody does this, and it's all part of the home theater community. They do it on forum sites. They tell you have to do da-da-da-da-da. They do it. Everybody does what they do. That's what they do. Like Goose Ring. If you were around when Goose Ring was big, Goose Ring had all these different steps on how you painted a screen. Because everybody wanted to be like Goose Ring. They wanted stuff to sell like Goose Ring. Everybody did the same thing. Really complicated instructions, took forever to paint the screen in, had to go through a freaking curing process. You know, that usually crazy stuff. So you followed the certified. Because, you know, you think the certifieds at the end of the day got it all together. We beat all the certifieds. Now what? You know, to kill a snake, you don't cut its tail off. It'll grow another one. You gotta cut the head off. And it's gone. Can't grow anything at all. Head's not there. That's what we did. We tested all the certifieds. We can get our hands on them. And any gray screen that comes up, or anybody comes up and says, hey, I'm following behind a certified, we follow behind something we beat already. So I've seen a shift and change. I used to be able to get a certified screen very easily. I can't get one now. They made it almost impossible to get them. You literally are going to have to send in your email or some of your information in order to get this surface. Can't go directly to the source. You got to go through a dealership now to get them. Now, do I care? No, I don't. I've already tested them already. I'm good. I know what they do. I'm just waiting to convert to black. But until then, we keep engineering technology. And one company I can say, well, it can't take us, but still at the end of the day, it still makes amazing products. It's Diamond. Diamond's not a lazy company. They constantly make new technology all the time. They're always doing something great, something different. That's what I respect about the technology that they do. The other companies got comfortable. I can't remember the last time after the Parallax came out. When's the next time you've seen a screen after that? The DMP, Supernova, Infinity, and Blade. When's the last time you've seen a screen after that? The Dark Star 9. You see any different anything? Nope, they made an ultra short version. That's basically about it, but that's it. Nope. Now, the thing about their companies, do they care about what we're doing? Probably so. Are they concerned they could cut into their profits? Maybe. But right now, we're not where they're at right now, so they don't care because they're making tons of money. It's when we start showing up at a booth next to them, this is where it becomes a problem for them. Because now I'm in their backyard. I'm in their section of the world. Then I can see me. It's kind of like how I describe the big industry, the big screens. Think of them as when you walk around. Okay, but when you walk around, do you see the little ants underneath your feet? You don't think about it, do you? You see other people because they're at your same height and same level, so you see them, but you don't think about the little world that's underneath of you. You crush constantly all the time. You don't notice that, but they notice you. That's the same thing that works in projection screens. Those big giants walking around don't see the smaller screens. And they go where they please. They just see each other because they're on the same height. So every once in a while, one of them may lean down and see you and go, okay, we got to pay attention to this over here. This could grow into something pretty bad, or something could give us some serious competition. And that's why Diamond found us, because I didn't know Diamond was watching my company. I never knew companies would watch you like that. And they were watching us, and they sent me out an email, and I was like, oh, shoot, they watch people. Companies watch people. That's where I first found out they watch people. So, yeah, and they've been keeping their eye on us, seeing what we're working on. And they're watching our technology constantly evolve all the time. So sooner or later, if you notice, Black Diamond has a black screen. Very smart move. I told you, they're always ahead of the pack. Of the other screens, not us, because they don't have a screen that can take in 100,000 lux of light on 50 lumens. They don't have that yet, but I'm pretty sure they're watching. So when you do all that dumb stuff, that shenanigan dumb stuff, companies watch you. They do. And you know what? It's interesting. From some of the companies I've talked to, some names came up quite a few times, and those names were mentioned as, we wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. The stuff you do will get them sued. It'll tarnish your name. Kind of like you're blackballed before you even got started. Ooh, let's go somewhere in this thing. I'm going to go with the, let me see. Perfect black. Perfect black. No. We don't have it in this one? I thought we had it in this one. Yeah, so, you know. When you think you catch it with me, what are we catching up to? I have around almost close to 500 formulas made and designed, all tested. When you talk about making our black screen, which one are we talking about? I got 2 different versions of black technology sitting there right there. I got another one sitting behind it over there. I got invisible black technology sitting to the left of me. And I got these small little screens at the end of the day. They're also a different version of black technology. I can even change the color of black. Did you know that? I can actually have a screen called a color, it's called some kind of color black screen. It was actually black, but it was a slight color. But it can pick up that infinity one, even though the color was different. We've got shifting technology over here. A screen that doesn't even match any screen, but yet it can shift its contrast levels. So when you tell me at the end of the day that you know black technology, what do you know? Can you do shifting technology? Can you create a screen that looks nothing like any other screen, no light screen, and can shift its contrast to dark without showing a version of a chameleon paint? Can you do that? All right, then. If you can't do that, then guess what? That means you're not on my level of black technology. You haven't learned it yet. Give it another 5 or 6 years, and maybe you'll pick it up. It takes a long while to do it. I'm making my product. Which one are we talking about here? Make all different versions of it. Let me see. Perfect black. Easy. I do this all day. I've studied so long on black technology, I know everything about it. Even how to bend light around that screen. Mind you, that's a black technology. It's filtering light back and forth through it. You can see that box. That means light can travel right through it. Now, screen on this side, if its white levels are producing too low, we can put a heightener in it. We can advance our white levels. So, I don't know what to call it now because, again, it has so many entities. We actually went in and basically coated fabric with it. It changed it. We painted glass with it. It changed it. And then we coated on. We changed it. And then we got different designs we can get out of it. Oh, there's so much stuff this thing can do. So, yeah. We gotta spend some time testing the thing out. I mean, this summer, I'm gonna be all over Allentown with a 300 lumen, 50 lumen projector, popping up all over the place, doing videos, testing out where I can pull this thing up at. When you go to companies and show them that you're using a 300 lumen, a 50 lumen projector to generate outside anywhere you want to go, yeah, you'd be surprised how fast those contrasts will kick in. So apparently AdTech has multiple versions. Remember what I said in the middle of that floor? Remember that what I said? That I said that if we were in the wrong, may the Lord stop and take away our blessings. Did I say that? What happened out of that? We got more than AdTech. AdTech was redesigned. That's why we got this version of it. We got more than we ever could think of. I have no idea. The different application we can do is mind-boggling what we do with it. It's mind-boggling on how many different applications we can do with this stuff. This is only 10% completed. We haven't dropped the rest of the elements and we haven't completed it. Now you come into your home and turn on your screen and it'll doop, comes on just like that. Oh yeah, this changes this game. Big time. Look at the projector we're using. It's a 720p model. I have a tracker. I'm getting a tracker right now. I'm doing right now. I'm buying my projectors. All my projectors, when I come and go to companies and say, every single projector we bought was under $200 to do these. You know what kind of volumes that speaks to companies at the end of the day that want to market the technology? They can sell a projector at 720p will run off this and look incredible. It'll cost my customers $50 to $60 for a projector. That's a huge saving from freaking $1,500 to a $3,000. So, as that tech starts to evolve, you're going to see more people get jealous. Oh, we know this is going to ruffle some feathers. This is going to ruffle feathers in this community and in the big boy community. We know it from the door. We know it. But just to let you know, I'm bringing some very special people on board. We're ready for you. Companies so far are not going to do the stuff that these trolls do. Companies got too much to lose. They're not trying to go to court, get sued, get it on court record. At the end of the day, their company did something completely stupid. They don't want that kind of heat. Offering to buy us out, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. The other stuff is from the other people at the end of the day that can't make products. They do that break the law nonsense. Sad. And the thing about it, it makes it so sad. The paints that they do the lies away for, we evolved past them, and now we got new technology. We don't even bother with it anymore. We're going to jail for something that we don't make anymore. We evolved past that. See this technology we have here? In another 2 years, we'll evolve past this too. Another 2 more years, we'll evolve past that too. Invisible black contrast. That is the next stage. Yep. Now, when the tech comes in and you're going to ask me what I need, I definitely need a wall jack so I can hook up my projector mapping. We will show you with this black technology how we can write in it in white anywhere we want on the screen. And we'll put a slab on here that's gray, not on my screen, but a slab gray that I'll watch and show you at the end of the day that a projector mapping infrared system can't even read on a gray screen. It can't pick up black. The screen won't read it. Plan to take that information to a couple of form sites to do projector mapping applications. Can't read contrast from a projector. Won't pick it up. And projector mapping. I hope you never said that your stuff works on projector mapping applications, because again, you're going to get questions on that. Majority of most people that are basically contacting you about projector mapping, they know the stuff. They know the equipment, they know the hardware, they know it. And the first thing they're going to ask you, like, wait a minute, wait. That's like the equivalence of telling somebody you can use a magnet to pick up a penny. We know that's not possible, right? But yeah, you're going to say that and we're like, wait, how does that work? Like, how are you picking up contrast in projector mapping? It's a requirement. Need it. I don't know how you're going to try to fake it. And for people who sell projectors, I try to fool customers and make them believe if you buy this inky projector, the projector helps the screen. Oh, heck no. That's not going to work. What are you going to do, turn your lights out? Better hope none of your kids walking there with a flashlight. No. I can't wait to the end of the year. I'm challenging companies on that. I'm challenging a lot of people on that. That whole black zone, oh yes I am. I'm bringing a lot of people to court on that. Because we develop black technology. I'll be darned if I'm going to let you come on YouTube or any social media site when we develop black technology and claim to have a gray screen that pulls a contrast level. But 100%, no, we're going to challenge companies on it. I got that expression, I got that the inspiration from Epson. But we're not challenging those companies because they claim that their projectors were doing this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm going to challenge your companies in court. If you're out there saying that your product pulls a contrast level, we're going to challenge you in court. Because you have no right to say it. You can't say it. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Bum, 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 bum. Can't do it. How are we doing this? I go to every form site, especially ones involving gray paint. And I ask them the question, how are we doing this? How are we getting contrast out of that screen? Oh, it comes down to the projector, You get a good. So what you're saying is I got to spend a lot of money for an expensive projector to get a contrast level come out of the screen. Can I do this with the lights on? Well, technically, home theater setup is not really mainly for the lights on. It's mainly for darker environments. That's what true home theater is all about. Man, get out of here. And so you just told me at the end of the day it don't work. So what's the point of ambient light rejection technology? Well, ambient light rejection technology technically is just the controlment of light in the environment. Oh, forget it. I'm done. I'm done. You can be a politician at the end of the day. You graduate to politician status. Another thing I'm going to challenge in court. What is the level of your ambient light rejection technology and what is its capabilities? So if you're in an environment where you have little lights sprinkled out in the environment, that's not technically ambient light rejection technology. For some reason, they think if you got one light in the corner, oh, that's ambient light rejection technology. Wow, look at that light in the corner. We got a birthday cake candle back there. That's not in light in the environment. You got to be kidding me. That's a super dark environment. You got a little light splash in the corner. I had that conversation with that YouTuber who does those videos that has these little bit of lights sprinkled out in the back of the corner. Tomorrow, we're in a fully lit environment. No, the freak you ain't in a fully lit environment. Where are we getting this from? Seriously? Man, I'm going to have a ball once I get into one of these shows at the end of the day. God forbid if I walk in front of your booths and go, all right, so what we got going on here? This is ambient light rejection technology? Why is it so dark in here? Oh, I can't wait to hear the excuses behind this stuff. I really can't. This is when I'm going to have my most fun. I literally get to talk to the professionals and experts in these dark environments. I'm going to sit there and try to explain to me why you have to utilize your screen in a dark environment. I'm not even wearing my VIP stick. No, I'm just going as a regular customer. I'm not going to tell my booth is at. They'll figure it out where it's at. I'm just going to go in like a regular customer and ask these questions. Good gracious, man. The customer's got to suffer that. You know, the customer suffers that nonsense. That's the sad thing about it. Got the whole Doctor Who thing going on over there. People who open up windows and you think you're doing something to us at the end of the day, let me explain something to you. I do demonstrations outside. It's a whole different environment. Window doesn't mean jack at the end of the day. Well, you can go outside and play. Especially at a whopping 250-inch screen. Soon I'm going to do a 500-inch screen outside. I can't explain this enough. Environments are too dark. You have no light in your environment. I could wrap a halo system around this thing. I can stick lights right in front of it. It doesn't phase it whatsoever. The lighting we have in here is like the equivalent of sitting over top of a UFO. It doesn't phase it. I've actually taken projectors and walked through an entire office building and it picked up in every single level we went at. Got all that documented. Show me something impressive. Take your screen outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon in direct sunlight at 50 lumens and show me your screen can read. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm not going to bother doing this whole thing of crushing your screens at the end of the day. It's a waste of time. It's literally a waste of time for me to go in, bring a product down here that we know darn well can't read the contrast level. If you can't read the contrast level, it is pointless, absolutely pointless to have a conversation with you. If you have a black screen, what is pointless if you don't have white level tests done. If I'm not counting at least 60 tests in your YouTube channel, it ain't worth my time. I know your stuff is going to fail. It's not worth it. This is why I like the certified screens. All certified stuff is tested. All this stuff is tested and ready to go. We know exactly what we're dealing with when we get their products. Everybody else, y'all do the same thing. Some dark environment. Convince people to buy high-end projectors to fix your problem, not their problem. Well, actually, it is their problem. They own it. I go to your YouTube channels. I go to YouTube channels all the time and go through your stuff. You're missing a ton of testing. There's so much stuff you're missing. It's not funny. And you're selling this product without this testing done? Hey, question. Would you buy a car if it was never tested? If you never took that thing, put it on that slingshot, slammed into a wall, and crash dummies in there? Making sure that they had a nice crumple zone in there so that engine doesn't push through your dashboard and decapitate you? You just buy any car. Brakes don't work on it. We don't know if the brakes work or not. We never tested it. What about the windshield? The windshield can be connected, right? You know how much wind and pressure pushes down on your windshield when you're driving? How fast, if that thing is not connected right, it can blow right into your car and kill you? A lot of people don't think about stuff like that. But yeah, you have a lot of pressure on your windshield when you're driving. So if that thing wasn't tested right, that, you know how heavy a windshield is? That thing can push into your car and just like that, kill you. Now think about that next time you're driving around. It's gonna freak you out, but anyway, you gotta think about stuff like that all the time. Around in vehicles and stuff, like how the smallest thing can basically take you out. Like your brake line. Your brake line goes, you're done at the end of the day. Accelerator could go off. The car can just rapidly pick up speed. But that windshield, there is so much pressure on the windshield when you're driving, you wouldn't believe it. So just imagine if they never tested it. You got a windshield pushing right through. Oh, you're definitely done. I've been in the car in this conversation too, like, what goes on in your mind? It's just, it's simple thought. That stuff needs to be tested. You wouldn't be to collect. You'd be lucky if you'd be to collect. Yeah, you'd be really lucky. You're talking about a windshield. No. It'd be like the equivalent of watching a book hit a box of eggs. But that stuff has to be tested. There's not going to be a lot of dead people. Yep. A lot of pressure in your windshield. Especially when you're just speeding down the... Remember, this is the thing people don't think about. That's a final destination thing at the end of the day. I probably messed some people up right now thinking like, man, now I'm driving down the road. You got them thinking about a windshield now. Okay, listen, they're safe. If it was going to come out, it would have came out a long time ago, trust me. But anyway, yeah, that's why you have to have these tests. You know, you have to have these tests. Every time you hit your brakes, you trust your brakes, right? Everybody trusts their brake when they're tapping them. And mechanism system, you know your brakes is right there to stop you. What if they're never tested? Or if you go to hit them and your foot just goes straight down, bam, to the floor. There's nothing there at all whatsoever. Yeah. So like I said, things have to be tested. You could have mixed the wrong chemical incorrectly, and your cans could implode. Which means they'll be pressurized. Which means if your customers pop that lid, they got a 10 piece of metal coming at them at 100 miles an hour. That can enlarge into the side of their head and kill them. Certain chemicals don't go together. You don't know what you're doing. Anything can trigger that off. Heat can trigger it off. Cold can trigger it off. Even bodily shaking the container could trigger it. So, stuff has to be tested. You know what you're doing. You can't be mixing anything together. You can mix something together and it can cause gas. It can cause an eruption in the can and cause gas. You know why they don't use metal cans anymore? Because all chemicals expand. They all do. The problem with the metal cans don't expand, so that's why they sort of make them out of plastic, because plastic expands with chemical. Well, depends on what you have in there. You mix the wrong powders and that stuff, you can have all types of issues that'll pop up. You gotta get your stuff tested. And you can get special labels on your box, and your stuff is tested. You ship that stuff overseas and it spills, it gets out, it box leaks or whatever, they don't contact you and say, hey look, we got a box over here, opened it up with your company's name on it. How do we clean this mess up? Is it hazardous? Is it this? Is it that? And so it's on. Certainly ask you a whole bunch of questions. You hang the phone up? That's not going to work. Not answering back? That's not going to work. Now you guys want to be mixing stuff together, don't know what you're doing. You're going to mix something together, they're going to work right. You have a customer open up a can, or a can that just sucked in on itself, and you got their mind. When that can implodes and it starts sucking in, it means that lid's got a lot of pressure on it to push off. I'm going to take some of it off. That's what I'm talking about, putting oil paint. Oh my goodness. You know how toxic that is? Especially, here's the thing, the other problem you got. Whatever you're putting in your paint, if you feed it to a paint sprayer, it could potentially become poisonous. Because again, remember, you should be wearing a mask all the time. Anytime you spray, you should always wear a mask. Because remember, the paint automatically becomes airborne. It means you're breathing it right in. You always should wear a mask. But what if it's basically they mix something together that mix right? If it becomes toxic. You know, like the equivalents of mixing ammonia and bleach. It makes mustard gas. You mix that together, you clear a house out in no time at all. But if you mix something incorrectly, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know exactly how you're putting this together, you can have problems. That's why I said that when somebody says they're making their products from scratch over the counter, that's a complete lie. That's virtually impossible. You know how much money it would cost to have the equipment to be able to do that? The license alone, the hazmat suits are needed. You need a decontamination chamber, because you're operating with chemicals at the end of the day. It could have all kinds of imbalances at the end of the day. You can poison yourself. Long-term effects, some of that stuff will give you cancer. You have to know what you're doing. Most of the places can't even sell you half that stuff to begin with, because you have to be licensed to do it. So, no. It costs too much money. If you're making paint from scratch, it really costs you so much money. And you're selling that $60? That's virtually impossible. That stuff is over the counter. Now, somebody said, when I sat there and said my paint's over the counter, he said, oh, well, you admit it, your paint's over the counter. This is what I mean at the end of the day about, come on, you gotta crack books at the end of the day. Remember I told you about the story about Betty and Wilma? Alright, just use those two per se. That both of them buy their cake mix at the same supermarket, but for some reason Wilma's cake always tastes better. There's something special about it that Betty can't put her finger on. Why does Wilma always win the bake sale? Every single time. Like, I buy the same mix she does, and yet hers tastes far better. Because you can learn, that's what they call about building a better mousetrap. That's where that comes from. It's the same design. Somebody just figured a way to make it better, more sufficient. You build a better mousetrap, the world is yours. The only problem is the stuff that you guys make is the same mousetrap over and over again. It's like selling somebody a wagon. It's the same wagon, you just painted a different color. There's no change to it. Does it go faster? Does it stop faster? And what does it do that makes it different from any other wagon? Can't show off that information because it's just a regular wagon, just with a different color attached to it. It has a different label, it's the same wagon. Show me something that does different. So we make a black technology. It's a black paint. It does something that no other screen can do. It absorbs tons of ambient light. It can be taken outside. It can be frozen into a block of ice. I can beat it down with a hammer and heat it up on the stove. It won't crack or peel. I can knock out top-end certified screens. I can generate out the sun if I want to. I can do things that other screens can't do. And if I put black paint against it, I can even conquer that. Now, if I put gray paint against y'all stuff, can y'all beat that? No. So, what does that say at the end? It's just regular gray paint. So it doesn't make anything different. You just have simple cake mix. That's all you have. Put your egg in it. You put your little water in it. You don't need sugar, especially if it's basically instant at the end of the day. Maybe you might put a little vanilla in it, give a little flavor to it. But all in all, it's just basic cake mix. Because you got nothing special. If you're going to say you have something special, you have to show it why it is considered to be special. If not, it's just everyday gray paint. That's why if you take 5 gray paints, and you don't do this, take 5 gray paints, lay them against your product and show which one pulls a better contrast. Now, if yours pulls a heavier contrast than the rest, I mean an actual dark contrast, not no hiccup. I'm talking about, look, it's a, no, I'm talking about massive between night and day. Like if I stick a white sheet of paper against there, massive, then you're showing me something, or showing anybody something. But if you can't show that massive, and that means I have to be up on top of a screen at a finger's distance to see any slight little difference, that's nothing. That's not even a massive change. That's a decision that's a more of an economic decision where you have two red couches and they look exactly the same. One's just off by a little bit. You really would have to be on top of it to tell. Most people are going to pick that couch because, again, no one's really going to be to notice, you know, that you're sitting right and really on top. But who's going to be sitting that close to a couch to begin with? You're just sitting on it. That's it. So you can say, you know what? I'll get that one. That's $500. I only want $5,000 for it. Now, if they bring that couch out and the other one looks completely different, and you can tell the difference, even anywhere in the room, you're walking around, you're like, I can see the difference, and you got the money, you're going to spend the 5 G's. Because, again, they're going to know. So that's how people work. So you have to show a difference between massive night and day. They're going to paint your surface down, and what they're going to do is they're going to walk around that environment. They're going to see, like, can I see that thing from way back here? They want to see a distance. Anywhere they turn, they want to see that difference. But if you tell them, like, hey, I need you to get right up on top, they're like, no, you gotta go. Because, again, the only way I'm going to see that difference is if I'm that close. And who the freak's going to sit right up on top of a screen that's 120 or 100 inches? That's not going to work. They put in stumbling blocks for themselves. The stumbling blocks they put in because they're so fast to try to make a product to compete with us. They try to show that they can compete with us. They miss all their testing. Trying to rush ahead to show everybody, the masses, that I got it. Well, technically you don't. The long run is you shortchange yourself because any company, any distributorship is going to request those tests. You're going to test your own product, and one of the things you're going to put your stuff against is everyday house paint, and they will. And if you haven't done these tests yet, that means you can't give out that paint to these particular distributors because, again, they're going to find out your secret. Customers are going to pick it up sooner or later. So that means that your product can't go anywhere. That means it's stuck because you sold something before you tested it, and because you never tested it, you can't get the money what that product can do. Why do you think this product was $60? Why do you think the price kept dropping? Why do you think they can't get those contracts? They can't go anywhere because they shortchanged themselves. They didn't do the testing. They lied to try to compete with us, and they hurt themselves in the process. So you can't go anywhere. You can't sell it. You can't basically get a distributor contract for it. You can't do anything with it. Or try to put it onto a website and hopefully somebody picks it up and buys it. That's all you have. I know plenty of distributorship companies that'll tell you from the door that, hey, bring it by, send us a sample, and we'll test it for you. We're going to test against what you have in your specification sheet. They're going to read right through it, and they're going to test it on that. They're going to test on a few other things, too. To see if you have any special perks with it. Maybe they can sell a little better for you, stuff like that. If you shortchange your test, and you can't sell it to me, and you cancel it out to me, you'll cancel out to them. So your product can't go anywhere. We know that already from the door. The product can't go anywhere. It's stuck. It's like being typecast for the same role over and over again. You're just stuck. And we tested our technology on every level. We can go anywhere we want. Even in a courtroom. So, what are you going to do with this now? We got 2 new screens. Got 2 new screens. All right. Now, for us on our hand, we got so much technology, it's not even funny. Oh, by the way, you see the screen's bigger. We expanded it, so that's 248 to 36 by 24. So technically it's 36 high and 48 wide. And those planes landing? Because I swear it looks like UFOs. Those got to be helicopters. They didn't know in the world, oh, this is a Harrier, but those are helicopters landing. Those are planes. You know how crazy that is right there? Look at billions and billions and billions of people. I imagine that's how God sees the world. He sees man moving back and forth all day long. When we look at this, we can't imagine the lives of all these different people who live here, but imagine having the ability to see every single person's life. You know how much power that is at the end of the day? It's mind-boggling. You kind of think on that level. And the ability to know everybody and every person on the entire planet and what they're thinking. That's what you call untold power. And all these people, somebody can have a bad day, somebody can have a good day. You just never know. It's insane when you think about it. You know, you look at this apartment complex right here. How many people you think in that apartment complex right now is having? Some people are having a fantastic day. Somebody got fired and lost their job. Somebody could have had a death in the family. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on in that whole entire building by itself. Somebody could have just won the lottery. Somebody could be moving out. Somebody could be moving in. Somebody could have had a baby. It's crazy stuff. But then you think about all that, just that one little building, compare that entire city, what's going on in there. God can see all that. He knows the hair of how many hairs on each individual in that entire city. So if he knows that much at the end of the day, how much more he knows what you're thinking before you think it. You don't even know how many hairs you have on your head. He knows. Alright, I'm happy with the screen. Definitely love it. It absorbs a ton of light, which is fantastic, because that's what we needed to do. It to absorb tons of light. Even the darker side picks up high light levels. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, well, we got to figure out what to do with it, because I have no idea. I got to pray on this one. You know, Lord told us he's going to bring us something amazing. I had no idea we're going to have a technology that read on so many different levels. We got to start collecting some surfaces. Yep, I got to go pick up fabric, anything. See what this stuff will do, because it reacts different. Every time it hits something, it reacts different. This one has changed slightly. This one's a little lighter. How many different colors can it read through? What if I get a yellow piece of plexiglass? If I spray through that, is the yellow plexiglass going to react with the screen? There's just so much stuff you can think about. How many different versions of fabric and spandex they make at the end of the day? Yeah, we already got to test this and see what this stuff does. We already tested it. It's definitely submersible. We can definitely drop it underwater. Definitely can do that. Oh. Got that to keep me busy. I got the Kimi projector we just got. Got that to keep me busy because I got to work on these screens right here. These are flex screens. Now we got to build a big one because it has to be 12. I'm glad we did that test because when the projector was sitting on top of it, well, not that far before they brought it back some, certain projectors, the focus has to be back a little farther. Kimis require a little bit more back, where the Maxonic doesn't require that. So we're definitely going to have to make the screen a 12 inches by 12 inches. That'd be a fair size for both projectors. So I'm glad we got a chance to get that Kimi so I can get an understanding exactly like how big the screen would have to be. And we'll just turn those into samples. That's what we'll do. So what's the reaction if we spray this up to a physical projection screen? Something that can't transfer light, what would happen? So that's the kind of stuff I'm testing right now. I'm trying to figure out exactly what will happen. You just transfer to a regular surface. What's the reaction of that compared to the screen paint we make? Well, good thing once I get to my little buddy portable power station, I can at least get out and go out and do videos anywhere I want, do some recordings. I'm going to see how this thing pulls up in other places. I got other places I want to go with this. And I had to download some movies to a flash drive. So we can, I don't know, I guess fish demonstrations or something, some fish or whatever, I can download it. And then that way I can upload it onto a screen. So now I got to go get the business cards and the brochures because I'm going to be everywhere with this, watching TV off of it. The screen's transparent. I set one up, the projector hits it, the light doesn't push through on the other side, so I won't blind anybody because you see the image pop up on the other side. It's going to draw a lot of attention. That's what we want. As much attention we can draw to the screen, the better. You understand the big picture here? The big picture is basically engineering better, more affordable technology. Customers do not require to have expensive machines. You should have an option if you don't want to spend the money, get a 720p projector. eBay spends $60. That's it. I don't adjust anything in my projector. Everything stays in factory settings. It should look just like that. You turn your lights on when you come in, just like you turn your TV on. It should look exactly the same way. So, we're not worrying about these little YouTubers at all, period. Our biggest battle is going to be the industry. That's what my biggest battle is going to be. The big companies, the projection screen companies, because yeah, they're going to be basically saying, well, they've sold their projectors on the simple fact that you need to spend money. The more money you spend for your projector, the better your picture. Imagine you don't have to do that anymore. I mean, so I have to make projectors different. What's the point of making a projector with the contrast on it if the screen's already black? You just pay for something you don't need. People say, well, I got 1.7 billion. You'll never see that, ever. You will never pick up 1.7 billion on your projector. Your screen does not have the capability to see it. Your projector won't see it. Just like you can't read contrast. Your screen can't see it. If you gotta be in the dark with that, good luck on buying an ambient projection screen because that's pretty jacked up. So you're in the dark with an expensive ambient rejection screen on a projector that doesn't see color, it can't read contrast, and you're like $6,000 or $7,000 in the hole. Ooh, man, that's expensive and messed up. I go to forum sites all the time. I ask the question like, how much you pay for the projector, how much you pay for the screen, so and so and so. Why are you in the dark? And here we hear the excuses of why theater screens have to be in dark environments. What did Google AI say at the end of the day? They said black screens have the ability to produce high white levels. We don't have that issue. Same thing I went in with the Dark Star 9. Dark Star 9, we had a projector sitting on the floor. Had somebody say to me, you can't put that projector on the floor. I said, why can't we? He said, because it has to be in line with the screen so the screen can pick up better. I said, well, we're not having a problem with them. We don't cost $3,000. The conversation changed quickly. So all that beautiful fruit popping up, how gorgeous that looks. Zero calibration. 720p XGA. We're not even using HDMI ports. We're using the VGA to HDMI adapter. That's it. You can see the shine off the fruit. And now we have to call this stuff in the day something. We might just abbreviate it. Should write it in Greek. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Watch him try to write something in Greek. I can put it in code. It doesn't make a difference. They can copy your name all they want. They can't make it. That's the funny part about it is they'll copy the name. They can't make the product. Mind, this ad tech technology was supposed to be made by somebody in 2023 and 2024. And where is it? What happened to it? I thought they were making it. The other person started naming this stuff ad tech. You don't even know what ad tech is. What part of ad tech do you have? Ad tech's multiple versions of ad tech. Which one do you have? Oh, man. Well, that was a bad idea. Should never did that at the end of the day. I can take my canister over here with a 50 lumen projector and make it look like it's on fire while I throw paper into it. Somebody gave me fire! Little kid went up. See what you call. So imagine you just coming in from work and then boop, turn your projector on. Your screen looks like that. And you paid $50 for your projector, $60 for your projector. What you gonna do with the extra money? Now you're gonna spend $3,000. That's a huge, massive saving. $3,000 and $1,500. You're not even spending $1,500. You're not spending $800, $500. You ain't got to spend that either. You can spend under $200 just like us. So instead of going out and thinking about buying a projector, you're thinking like, gee whiz, man, I can just get one for like $60 and I'm done. Take the extra money, get some nice movie chairs, nice little popcorn machine, maybe some movie posters. Yep, you got a lot of extra money left over. That's why I love when my customers reach out to me and say, hey, what's your wallet? What you spending for a projector? And I say, well, I'll do $2,500. I'll do $3,000 if I have to. How much you think we're going to spend? I said, we ain't spending that. That's crazy. I ain't spend that for my projector. I don't. My projector costs $50. My projector costs $10. We don't spend that kind of money at the end of the day. You don't even need. Do I need 1080p? Nope. We don't use them. We stop using 1080p. All those 1080p projectors, I gave them away. The Sony and all those projectors, I gave all those projectors away. I don't need them. This technology doesn't require it. So I said, we're going to get 720p. Get 720p. I said, you see that demonstration? They're all 720p projectors. You gotta be kidding me. No, it's 720p. That's it. So what are we talking about here? I said, we can get one for like $60, $70. Now imagine, you were going to spend $25 to $3,000 for a projector, and now you're going to pay $60? Man, that gives you, it's a lot of money left over. Yet you pay for a gray screen or a white screen And you're going to spend a lot of money for your projector to try to fix all those mistakes. Still calibrate the machine, because you're going to have problems. And still never pay up a contrast level, ever. So how do you save money when you pay that much? When you get $60 for the paint, but $3 for the projector. When my customers will sit there and spend $400 for my paint and $60 for projector, they still come out far cheaper. And the screens don't wash out. They're not stuck in dark environments. There's no calibrating, none of that nonsense. And they can go outside with it, because that thing will generate outside with no problem. Yep. Alright, I'm happy with the new technology we have here. 2 different screens, which again, we have no names for them. We're just going to give them 001 and 002 and 003. We're marking them that way until we figure it out. I got a couple more coming up this week. These are the color screens that are coming in pretty soon. We got a couple when we're showing off with the, we call it Ad Tech, because that's the only thing we had named it when it first came out. It wasn't supposed to have all these different parts to it, but apparently it does. Yep. Oh, by the way, the quantum and quasars, they can be converted into Ad Tech technology. They have invisible capabilities attached to them. We usually save that for last when people think at the end of the day, have my stuff at the end of the day. And again, if you're claiming to have my stuff, get the freak out of that dark environment. And that's insulting to us at the end of the day. We're sitting in some dark environment telling, hey, I got this product at the end of the day. Really? In that dark, pitch black environment? Literally. I swear, sometimes I think I'm going to see some perch up there where he's hanging upside down. I mean, really, don't have myself sitting in a dark environment. That's insulting at the end of the day. You see the environment in right now. We're in the dark. We get the lights in here. Are we dark in here? Are we dark in the environment? Anybody know we dark in the environment? Can we dark in here? We're not dark. We're not dark at all, right? Okay, then don't claim to have my product and have me in a dark environment, because your screen can't survive in a well-lit environment. It's a joke. A joke. A joke. All right. I'm past this now. We've seen the technology. I have no idea what I'm going to go next from here. I don't know. Color screen. We got 4 projection technology. We got the technology behind here. We do a freaking portrait. I'm going to do 3 projectors set up on the screen, including drag and drop with the Connect system. We got fabric. I forgot we got that mesh fabric we did. Oh my goodness, that thing was gorgeous. Yeah, we got to do that, because that's the blackout cloth material we're going to be doing. What are we going to do? All right. Well, so many different screen paints, so little time, so little time. This is the reason why we make all these screen paints. My brain can get fried sometimes in the process of thinking about all the stuff we have to design and put together. It's absolutely insane. But that's why I switch off to the PC sometimes. It allows my brain to change the palette. It's like eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every freaking day. And then after a while, you get tired of it and you get bored of it, and you start losing your passion for it. So now you got to change gears and switch over to macaroni, because it's something different and something new. I literally have to do that from time to time. That's why I got all the stuff I bought for the PC to start working on, to get that ready. And then I get tired of that, I go switch over to something else. Because I got to keep in different directions, because it drives me nuts. Right now, I need something different. So it means I got to do a color screen. Alright, I'm going to put my orders in for what I need. I'm going to contact my buddy who's doing to hook me up with my stuff at the end of the day. And if you think contacting him, well, you won't find out who he is. He just knows who you guys are. That's the Matrix. Yeah, Matrix. Anyway, that's the way we can describe this guy. He literally lives in the Matrix. He does. Matrix. Only person know that can travel on the dark side of the web and not come back scarred. Sheesh. Well, you go over there, I'm over there all the time. You lost your freaking mind. I did it one time. I'm never going back over there again. Oh, you'll find it. You'll definitely find it. I never went. I did it. I wanted to know. I mean, come on, you work around these machines all day long. You're networking all over the place. You don't pop over there and see. Never again. Hey, by the way, if you do it, you better make sure you got proxy servers and some really good ones too. You don't want to bring anything back with you. Not from over there, you don't. Well, everybody's curious, but they pop over here. Yeah. YouTube got one. YouTube's the dark side of YouTube. They call it the dark side of YouTube. All of them got them. All the social media's got a dark side. All of them. Facebook got one. They all got a dark side. Just don't go looking for things you don't know about. It'll scar you for life. Yeah, I feel when people go over there, man, came back, they come back to write the same way. They got a look on their face, like it's unchangeable. Like, where were you at? What did you do? I went to the other side. I was like, oh, why would you do that? I can't get it out of my head. Yeah, don't go over there. Oh, look at the cherries. The cherries. Look at the shine. Look at the shine on those cherries. This is what happens. You eat half a bag of freaking spice drops. You get charged. I really can't wait to start making these screens available. I love the fact that my customers just come in and just turn the lights and go boop, and the screen just pop on. Everything just nice and red. No washout, no discoloration, nothing. Alright, so that's pretty much it, people. I'm at the point right now that I know what we need to do with this. It's already done. I already know what we got to do. I got instructions already on how we're going to go in and upgrade it. We're good with that. Now I'm going to make a different color. I actually want my blue screen. I want my H2O. That's what I want. Oh, yeah, we do have the technology for H2O. I actually have it right here if I want to. All right. When should I make this? H2O screen. Let's see, Mr. Bird. When do you want to start with this project? All right, take care of the customers, get them knocked out, and then we'll start working on the H2O blue screen and the new form of technology we'll engineer for them all. Oh, and I wasn't joking at the end of the day. I'm buying a Bugatti, by the way. That car is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm definitely getting one. I'm definitely getting one. Man, I'm telling you, I'm getting that car. I'm pushing my product as far as it can freaking go. I'm definitely getting one of them cars. A Bugatti. Definitely getting one. I saw when I was walking out of the whatchamacallit, out of the mall. I was in there, show up the screen to the stores and stuff like that. They're asking when we're going to have it available. When, you know, so, when we can pick it up, where we can get it at, so, different sizes they had. But they're going to put them in the windows. We can have all that stuff up in there. And I was walking out, it was right there. The yellow Bugatti. I was like, oh my goodness. I never seen that car up close. I never went to a car show and saw a Bugatti. Good gracious. That's a beautiful car, man. That's a beautiful car. I wouldn't get in a bright color like that. I would get it all black. I like black. Black's my kind of favorite color. A matte kind of black. That's what I would get it in. Oh, that car's gorgeous. I woke up in a Bugatti. Well, I'm definitely going to wake up in one. So I'm getting me one. I'm definitely getting one. Definitely get one. And that section where we're at up there, they got a lot of high rollers. People got serious money up there. And that's where that screen's going to be at, all through that whole section. Bam, 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 bam. I don't know if I want to do investors. I'm thinking about it, but they have to be solid investors. I don't want people telling me what to do with my business at the end of the day. I really don't. I can't stand when some people out there too say, what the heck is that? Is that peppers or cherries or what is that? I don't even know. Looks delicious, doesn't it? Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that tomato. Look at that. All right. I'm charged. Yeah, I ate a whole bag of these. I'm charged. Yeah. So you're back in the camera getting excited because basically, yeah, but that's freaking insane. Wait till you see the new Flex, the new gaming Flex. The Flex. We're going to have basically a screen and projector set up on it. Oh my goodness, it's going to be freaking insane. I'm building me a portable setup. Low key parts because we don't need them. And I'm going to be hooking up the projector Kumi up to my freaking screen, which is I can come out and I can attach to the side of my little portable a PC case and hook it up to a little buddy power station and go out there and game. Yep. I'm going to have another one setting up a little black flex, that I can set up my projector, and I can watch movies and stuff like that anywhere I'm at. Throw my headsets on, and people can see the opposite side of the screen because it pushes out. That's going to bring so much business at the end of the day. Or I can walk with somebody, we can't do it outside the window because it's a little hard thing. But inside, we can set it up. We got display cases that we're working on that have that coating in them. With built-in projectors. Why? Because we can do that. Alright, and Tyler's gonna have fruit. Brain's getting fried over here. Way too much sugar. I tell myself every time that don't eat a lot of sugar. And then we end up eating a lot of sugar. We're not supposed to have a lot of sugar. But sugar makes us hyper. Why the fuck are we consuming so much sugar anyway? How much work I have to do between here and now? What the heck? Is that 10 o'clock already? Gee whiz Louise. Time doesn't go really fast. I got so much stuff I want to do. Oh. Now I know the kids are going to be upset with what we do here. We call them the kids. They don't act like adults. They really just don't act like adults. That's why I call them the kids. The kids, at the end of the day, don't know, will be upset by our technology, but who cares? Because, again, who cares? Because that's not going to get away with my... I'm already set up. My stuff is evolving. Even when we get done getting all these contracts in, I'm still developing new technology. And by soon, hopefully, I'm going to get me a $500,000 car. So, yeah. There's that. Where's your future going? I know where my future is going. My future's insane when we do. Oh, they got the casino. We got to pop the casino with this technology too. We definitely got to be down there to do a whole display sign up over there too. Yeah, I'm going to be hooked up. That technology is going to be all over Allentown. And the funny thing about it is, they contacted some people, and now those people have your information now. You know that? Yep. I told you we know where you're at. I literally had a conversation, I think it was Friday, with 3 people in that building. Nice long conversation about this, and we gave them the name and everything. They know where he's at. They have my name and all. I sent all that information over. I got more coming Monday. A lot more coming Monday. I got police records coming in, documents, the agencies we just signed up. All that's done. I'll send it right over there to them. Let them know we mean business. He's going to get an eviction. And I talked to some people in my family, said it's going to go farther than that. He gets removed out of that building. You know what happens? They contact his caseworker. Yeah, because they want to know what happened and why he got removed out of the building. And they're going to say at the end of the day, he was committing criminal activity. Yeah, it gets bad. It gets real bad. YouTube channel was duplicated. Cyber stalking charges. He was stalking us. Here's how many pictures this guy was taking of me. You talk about unhealthy obsession. This guy was taking pictures of me constantly through the entire thing, all through his YouTube pages. Nothing but pictures usually of me. That is creepy. That is unhealthy, extremely unhealthy behavior. I'm gonna get you a 302. You don't want one of those things. You get a 302. You know what happens if you get a 302? They will stick drugs in your body at the end of the day that will mess you up. Yeah, they're called what they call psychiatric evaluation would have to go through, and it's court order, which means you can't sign yourself out. No, they can do whatever they want to you in there. And we literally got the grounds for psychiatric evaluation because again, this guy was taking some weird. He's taking all kinds of pictures of me. So yeah, you got he's done. Anything else? Any problems we have? I already know people in the high rises. I've had conversations with. I got emails from a couple of them to send anything over. Any problems, anything we have, send it right on over. Make sure they reach out to the one over in the low rises too. Let her know that he called in. Making these statements that somebody's making statements about. So why would you make that statement if you weren't doing anything wrong? Yeah. Oh well. Man. I was telling my people about that. Yeah, the one you contacted, she's going to reach out to them. She got the email. I sent everything over to her. I said, this is who you contact. She's going to reach out to them, have a conversation with them, say you've been sending mail to her place too on top of that. And she's got pictures of it. She's going to send it right over to them. She's demanding your eviction from the building. And you can't get mad about that. You did it to yourself. No one told you to do something stupid that way. Mind, there's people on a waiting list to get into that property. And those properties are waiting on a waiting list to get in. So if you make a mistake, they can't wait to get you out and get somebody else in. Just made it open. It's a failed blessing for him because again he messed it up, but it's a blessing for somebody else who's gonna get in there, and they're gonna appreciate that little section. They're gonna appreciate that. It's a nice place over there. They're gonna appreciate it. You know what I mean? Get a nice family in there. They're gonna appreciate it. Yeah. Gotta be careful what you say. He made that statement talking about nothing happened to him yet. Yeah. Prayed on it. God took care of it. Now the other one, he wants to carry on and act up. Yeah, I contacted immigration. I got another team coming out, and they will come to your apartment, come get you. Because we got crimes against you. We got charges that we filed against you of you literally going out and attacking my business. So yeah, I put in an order for them to come get you right away because again, as I said before, you're attacking us, committing crimes. Yeah. Urgent. But at the end of the day, if he knows he's undocumented, why is he doing dumb stuff like this? I have no idea why. Buddy boy, I'm telling you, man, the containment camps are bad. It's a shame. It really is. It's a shame for other people at the end of the day, which I really don't think should ever be there. But I think, like I said, if you break a crime in a country, you need to go back. Just like if I break a crime anyplace else, I need to be deported back to the United States. But that's not going to happen that easy because you got to serve some kind of time there. And you don't know what kind of time some of these places can give you. You don't know that. The guy went there and got drunk that night, and he was in Korea and tore down some signs. I don't know what he tore down, but whatever he tore down got him 15 years of hard labor. And I don't know what involves hard labor. It could be anything. But it said hard labor. Got to be pretty bad. People don't act right. You go to somebody else's country and you drink, carry on, fight in bars, do all this crazy stuff. They got different rules down there. You are not in the United States anymore. Different type of rules down there. Happens to people all the time. What's that show called? No, it's a real movie called Midnight Express. Fella got caught in Turkey with all this cocaine. And his family was rich. They had money. And the father came there and screaming at him like, what'd you do this for? I mean, we got money. I didn't give you anything you wanted. He got caught over there. They caught him, and he went through some really, based on a true story, he went through some really, really awful stuff in there. On top of it, they didn't like him because he's American. You have different court system, different court system. In a lot of these places, different court system and what you're dealing with. Like you got some common sense, go down and enjoy, respect the country. At the end of the day, go freak home. What was it? One guy. The guy wrecked the cars. I forgot this guy. They were going to beat him in the butt with the sticks. Gonna get 20 lashings. And he cried and whined about it, and they got it down to like around 10. Like, no, he should have took the 20. You went over there and tore somebody's property up at the end of the day. You deserved that. And people were mad at him when he came over because it made us look bad at the end of the day. Cried and whined about it. They gave him 10. So it's the same thing over here. You commit crimes, this is what's going to happen. You got to do time. Okay, I like these stars. How come I never find stuff like this for the ceiling? See, this is the stuff we wanted to find for the ceiling. Never find this stuff at the end of the day for the ceiling. Some of these influencers just be asking for it. Like, why would you go to someone's country and disrespect their freaking country like that? Like, why? For some YouTube hits, you're gonna disrespect the people? Just make us look bad. Bad enough, we got enough stuff jacking us up to make us look bad. You can go over and disrespect some people over there. Oh, I can't stand it when the African Americans do it. That ticks me off. You're really jacking us up over there. We go over there, we already got enough strikes against it, just making it even worse for us when we go over there. They got called something Johnny Samoan, whatever his name is. Oh, I hope they give him time, man. I hope they give him some real freaking time. He needs freaking hard labor time, like 20, 30 years time. That guy's a freaking jerk. Oh, wow, he does some really disrespectful stuff, man. You gonna call him all kinds of racial slurs, and then the one where he was eating the food and he was throwing it on the floor. That's somebody's business at the end of the day. Just disrespectful, pouring stuff on the ground, yelling, blasting music, and with his Bluetooth speakers. And people come in there to eat and relax. They don't want to hear you in there carrying. This is why they don't like Americans now. You're making us look bad. They over there cutting up and carrying on and acting. There's people over here that wanted to whip us behind it. It was that bad. And then they had some kind of statue with something out there. It was really sentimental. And he goes up there and says, hugging and kissing. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. They should have kicked the crap out of him. They should have. Hugging and kissing all over the statue and acting up. Because you're trying to get some clout. You don't go to people's countries and disrespect their countries that way. You don't want nobody coming up in your house and disrespecting your family and friends. You gotta give people the same respect. Johnny, I think it's Johnny Samoan, I think it's his name, whatever, something like that. But man, I hope he get, like, they need to give him like 20 years of hard labor. Get him in there swinging a sledgehammer, breaking some rocks or something. And then the minute that peace come up on top of it, now they screaming USA, USA, call the embassy, this, that, and the other. No. Well, what's going on with the what's going on right now? And well, there's a lot of stuff going on. I watch that every day now. I just watch it every day now. What's going on with these jokers? But and it ain't a good time to be in another country, especially if you got in some trouble and trying to get back over here. Nope. It's trouble for him. He's stuck. He got his passport and everything. He's stuck. But he deserves it. Don't go disrespect other people's countries. All right, turn my machine off. Oh, look at that. That's insane. I never get used to this stuff. I never get used to this black technology. Man. Why can't I get more stuff that looks like this? Let me see something. They got over here. They gotta have some black paint, visual, glow in the dark art. Oh, I love going in there and paint so much. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is a nice one right here. I never really got a chance to play this video all the way through because it's got copyrighted music on it. First time I did, I got hit with a copyright strike, so we can't use this. I really gotta stop eating candy in the middle of these videos. Very good. that black in the background picks up that invisible black technology. And this is a different type. The one we have over here, the other one we had, the sample ones, the smaller ones, that's a black surface that's already transferred with the coating. So it's easier because it's like a one light coat application. But this one's different. This is a two coat application. It darkened it. And this is on a clear piece of surface. So there's two different types. We have one that's black that requires one type, and this is another coating that actually transfers a clear surface dark. One would hit your two coats and that's it. It'll convert it. And say we get in a situation where we can't get our hands on that black surface. You know, we want to make sure that if we can't get it, we can always get the clear. Clear is easy to get. The black, sometimes you can't get them in certain sizes. Where the clear, you can get them in any kind of size. And it's much cheaper. So now we can convert it too. But only two applications, and boom, it converts that quick. It goes in that dark. And we're going to do that so we can get, it's always good to have options just in case. I learned that in COVID when it came down to the 8s. The reason why the 8s were obsolete in COVID because the form it took to make it, we couldn't get our hands on it because two of the companies went under in the middle of COVID. So I learned from now on, when we design products, everything has backups to it. You gotta learn your lesson in business. Oh man. Yeah, roughly talking about September, November when it'll be available. Right now we got a whole bunch of stuff. Quite frankly, I thought it was just going to be ad tech and that's it. Apparently it's not just ad tech. There's so much stuff. It's not even funny how much stuff it is. So just get a handle on exactly how much we're going to have in the day. Definitely how much we're going to have. It's going to be a lot. I was trying to make one screen paint. That's it, but that's virtually impossible. You can't just make one. There's so many different variants of ones you can make. And then you want to test this out, you test something out, and that looks real nice, and now you want that on your screen, and everybody else wants that on their screen. We just go through that all the time. We develop something, just say, hey, we just made this today. Let's see how this works out. Boom, it blow up like, oh man, gotta paint my screen with this one. I painted so many applications of fixed frame screens over and over again. Every time we turn around, it's something cool we can work with. Out. Shut down. Yeah, we could do that for you, Nick. I'm going to do it to myself anyway, but I gotta know. Gotta know. There we go. That's what my buddy was in here doing. Turn the lights on, turn them off. Turn them on, turn them off. Kept turning them on and off, on and off, on and off. He was like, oh, crap, that's crazy. I said, yep. Because in this case, he got a white projector screen. And when he turns on the lights on the screen, boof, gone. Yep, this isn't affected. We got two different versions of the screen there. I gotta know this. I'm definitely gonna pause this for a minute. I gotta know this. I want to see how it reacts to games. Yeah, colors are freaking insane on this thing. Let's go get some games. I gotta see what this looks like. Oh, where's my whatchamacallit? There we go. Oh, definitely gotta look at this. Oh, full lights. All lights on. No point. Oh, it's got that freaking hot. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, it looks gorgeous. Even the dark version's thick. I did this on the clear transparent, and the dark version looks absolutely insane. It's picking up more contrast than the other screen. And the one that has the visible is actually much way darker. Mine, we're still on the 1050. The 1050 i5 processor. Papa, you see this? You see this 10% black technology? Alright, that's what I need to see. Alright, I'm done. Here's my controller for this thing. You can get out of this menu. I have no idea where the controller's at. Alright, whatever. I'm tired. Yeah, you went to 10, I'm ready to go. Gotta be back in. I got more testing to do on this thing right here, because now we got a darker version of it. Where's it at? I can't see it. It's not there. It's supposed to be an option to get out. Pause. That's in big screen mode. What is it? Big screen mode? Oh, it's not big screen mode. That's probably big screen mode. Left it in there. Well, tell me about it, Tuckle. Wait, where are we running through? Oh. No, we are running through this, right? Yeah, we are running through this one. Duh. Yeah. Hey, this was girl knocking up. We got a freaking pizza. We got a package. I changed it. Right, there we go. What the frick is the whatchamacallit that? Oh, we don't need settings. We need power. Get me out. Get me out. Bam, bam, bam. Here we go. Boom. Alright, I'm good. Should have never had the freaking candy. That was a bad idea. I'm supposed to eat some of it, not freaking all of it. No, my sugar level was thrown off. I'm gonna get myself a pizza or something to balance it out. Alright, that's basically about it. We got two services. See the different line right here? That's a darker version of it. This is it's a black version. They're both black, but one's actually lighter, one's actually darker. This one actually is probably going to get upgraded with the heightener technology, because I do like the darker levels. And this one right here, I'm probably gonna, I don't know, tell you the truth honestly, But I do like the darker one, but definitely want to heighten those white levels a little bit more, and that's basically about it. Besides, it's a 10% technology, so it's got room for a ton of improvement at the end of the day. So, you know, that's what it has time for. A ton of improvement. You can see how super dark it is. Is it right, Taco? Oh, yeah. Alright, let me get this machine back to where it is. That's definitely going to stay there. Actually, no. I'm going to take it and move it over there. And then basically, oh, man. Oh, we're not even using this side over here. We'll just put it back on this side over there. I'm going to put my portrait back up. I'm probably using the portrait too on top of that. It's too hot for the portrait. Let's see. What I'm going to do here. I'm going to move my screen over there. I had a dust over there too. Taco. Taco. Taco? I'm talking about taco. I'm talking about taco. 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 Cue me. I'm trying to know what time we got. Cue me. Where the frick is mine? Here we go. Let's get this giddy up. Okay. I forgot we taped it into one, so it's basically two. Hello? I'm not going to tackle. Can't hurt it because I can down my screen a little bit. How dare you? How dare you, my fish? How dare you? Stop. Gray screen. There's the back of my whatchamacallit's painted with some of that gray screen paint. These are residue marks on my freaking screen. Change it over there, right, Tom? Alright, here's you. That's what I think like a giant fireplace. Alright, let me see. So push the heat out. It's done. Alright, that's plugged in there. Oh, these are off. Things over. Let me see. Right. Let's see. Actually, to tell you the truth. No, I need this one because I gotta do work on this one. And there's definitely access for this. This one, where you going to? Let me see. Wait, about that. Well, I can run it through there. Or, let me see. Actually, I would like to see what that looks like, though. Oh yeah, figure it out.
Yeah, very confusing, isn't it?
Right, let's get you right here. Metal screens. And let me see. All right, let me see. All right, where are you going to?
Disconnected.
Here. All right. We need this one. Okay. For that one. Over here. And let me see, a charge is going there. Charge the phone. Where's that little projectors up there? You're good. I put that over there. Yeah, we're not using it right now. So I'll swap out and change machines. Alright, let me see. Mouse pad. Projector. Where the heck is this going to? Alright, whatever. I'll put that over there. Okay, over there. Connect. Oh, this box is such. Alright. Wait, this one's longer. Right, I'm gonna swap these. This one's definitely longer. Oh man, really? Yeah, I would have hooked that and hurt myself. That one's definitely longer. I'm going with that one instead. Let me see. This one. It's you. You. Sure, this one. Okay, let's see here. This is definitely longer. Outputs there. Power. Okay. Can you that on? No, something else there. There we go. Okay, that's running. Station coming up. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, for a minute, while I'm messing around my settings real quick. My menu. Okay, let's see. Give me a. Oh, system software update. Yeah, I was wondering why the PlayStation's usually don't sign in because it's a system software update. Yeah, that's the reason why I told you at the end of the day, they're still supporting this machine. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. The systems, we're still doing system updates on here. Let's see something from that on here. Testing. We're doing a lot of testing. Testing. Well, that's just great. Put the metal strings. Oh, man. What's the deal with this? Let's see. Alright, we got stand with wires attached to the stand. Put that over there. My desk is always a contest, free of mess. Always getting there with nothing but wires and cables all over the place. And I guess to a point you get tired of wires and cables all over the place, but it comes with the territory of testing. Right now I'm tired, and I still have more testing to go. Because it's like you're tired, but your brain won't shut down, because you got so much to do. Jokers, I sit there and say, hey, because I fell asleep on camera, on front of my desk. Try to say that I was sleeping in the... You're the dumbest people on the face of the planet. I swear how stupid some people can be. I hate to call people stupid, because I fell asleep at my phone. They didn't care at the end of the day. They don't care. They sat there and say, yeah, I told them I'm not off. I work a lot of hours. As a matter of fact, that joke was riding all over Baltimore. You need to get a job. You literally need to get a job. You got that much free time in your hands. I work more hours than you do. I work massive hours. Did you engineer all this technology? All this testing you have to do? 12,000 videos? Do you have any idea how much work you have to do to accumulate 12,000 videos at 10 videos a day for 7 days a week? I work more hours than most people work. I'm working 16, 17 hours easily, knocking out getting this work done. And these people at the end of the day, you can't work a job. This is your job at the end of the day. Someone say, oh, you need a good job. No, but I work a company at the end of the day. I work more hours than you. When you go home, you go home. That's at the end of it. Not for me. I go back. I still got more work to do. I got tons of paperwork, tons of testing. I got a graphic designer that's contacting me saying, what about this? And what about that? And what about this? I got to foresee on all that stuff at the end of the day. So I work more hours. This guy's sitting there riding around all over Baltimore on his e-bike. You don't work. You need to get a job. You got too much time on your hands. But don't worry about it. We're going to take care of that. I'll be contacting them Monday morning. I know they got my emails. I know they got them. I'll contact them Monday morning and bring up the rest of those documents. This is the heavy documents. This is when we had to file charges against them. Those docket numbers are going to be sent over to them. Let them know we mean business at the end of the day. He got to go. And we're going to sue. So he got to go. So they're already nice enough, they were kind enough, they were really understanding about the whole situation. And the guy I talked to said just send over everything you need. So I like that they complied. It was very nice on that. So from there, we'll see what goes on there. But yeah, he needs to be removed out of that building. But it shouldn't take much. He committed crimes. I mean, the personation of a priest, yeah, black folks don't like that. They don't like that at the end of the day. They don't. You know, you taking money at the end of the day. No, they don't like that. So, yeah, you're going to have to go. Got to kick rocks. Let me see what we got here. Are we downloaded? Yeah, we are downloaded. Gee whiz, can't even go online if you download. Now I got to swing over here to the left. I take care of this. I'm like, why are we coming up failed? Yeah, you don't work. You need to get a job or something. Can't sit there and say no work out there because there is work out there. Amazon hire like crazy, but as many people Amazon hire, people quit because Amazon is backbreaking work. But you just get it. You need to get a job. So sitting there asking money from people monthly, posing as a fake priest, you need to go get yourself a job. Update your profile. Come on, man. Y'all be doing too much on these console systems. What the freak? Like, I'm not updating my profile. What's in there is what's in there. I want you. I had to tell you, man. All these companies want so much information on you now. They want you. Oh, what's your favorite color? What you dog? Ain't none of your freaking business. Game system. That's it. Gaming history. Blah blah blah. Game blah blah blah. Da da da. Okay, yeah, done. All right. What happened over there? What's going on with that now? Gee, whiz Louise. Technology kills me. No, Matt, you good, Taco. I'm trying to figure out why the monitor's acting buggy. Oh, I know what it is. This power cord has issues. I take it out. Gee, whiz Louise. Like, seriously? Let me go over here and see what's going on here.
Next one here, this is the mini. It's probably the USB is having an issue. This is nothing new.
There. That's one thing that comes to technology. You do enough of it, you are repaired. Okay, let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. I don't even message anybody on this thing anymore. Come on, move on. Okay, that works. Automatically just connects me in. That was fantastic. I'll take that. That's the only one thing I'm gonna use on here. I'm gonna play with one person on here, and that's it. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He need to get a job. Go apply to Amazon. Get a job. That's the one of the circuits. Watching it. This is a Cumi hooking up to the PlayStation. 300 projector. Which kind are we on? I don't think so. I swear I keep saying your mama. Someone's saying your mama. Your mama. We got Morgan in here. I'm gonna call the lights for now on the UFOs. I don't know anything about your dad. Look at a beast. She got that. Same thing over and over again. Really? How long you gonna run that? And that nonsense. Yeah, whatever. Really? Over and over again. That's what you for doing the same thing over and over again. Look, over and over, same thing. Literally, it's so circuit. Stop that nonsense over and over again. It's not a place. Same thing. Repeat the same thing over and over again. How many times she gonna be doing this? Got you cheat. Where's Louise? That's the most cheatest. Cheat. Same thing over again. Alright. Didn't change anything up. That's like the same person using the same kick move over and over and over again. The same move, the same kick over and over again. What a cheap shot character. She has more moves than that. Gee whiz Louise.
Only one team will be left standing.
I'm gonna look at the metal screen. Where we at? Stand up. Okay, where are we going? Walking up, standing up, or what are we doing? It's not just that. Alright. Oh, that's the aluminum technology. Got to get around to working on that one. Haven't had any time, but we'll get there. That aluminum screen coming out, that's all metal. And yes, we did the side by sides on this one. We put it right next to a screen that was already unpainted, and the white levels can't read. So I got them documented. Let me see what we have over here. I always get somebody saying, what about an extra metal? We did it already. What's the first one? I got the second one on PC.
Goodness!
Oh, got killed close to that one. Okay, that's something else then. Lumen screens are nice. That's the lumen technology. We already found the company. I had to research and figure out where to find a company to ship this one. So I had to do the research on that one. Amazing! Yeah, so when we're down here tracking down all these surfaces down, we have to make sure the companies have a lot of them. If they do run out, how fast can they replenish? Stuff like that. Oh, I hate this character, man. He's a pain in the freaking neck. Keep on top of this sucker. Well, jeez. It's like gold, man. What is this freight, man? Really? You just gonna run at the deck? Side of this building. Gotcha. Right in there. Amazing. Oh, man.
was cosmetic.
Yeah, mouse screens are interesting. Yep. Also coated with Adtech. That's how Adtech reacts to metal. Like I said, Adtech allows us to make as many screens as we want, how we want to make them, how we want to design them. Each time it hits the surface, it changes. Alters into something else. How does it make a difference? Okay, well, I got a chance to see a lot. This contrast, everything does exactly what this trying to do. White levels and contrast at the same time. Yeah, it'll be, I'm tired. It's been late, tomorrow I got more work to do. So extremely high white levels. Hours and hours. All right. I'm going to go. I'm tired for the day, or night, or whatever. I'm going back and jump on my viewers. Now, as for Mr. Williams, you made a statement about me. You said I was living in my office. That's what you said. So again, like I said, I'm gonna see you in court shortly. That's another lawsuit I'm filing against you for defamation. And all those pictures you posted, cyber stalking, the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna have your apartment number very soon, and I'm gonna send you out some very important documents from my lawyers, telling you that you're gonna have to appear in court. You're being sued. Okay, and I'll see him shortly. I can't wait till Monday morning, so we're gonna have a nice little conversation. I'll send over the rest of those documents over. On them with my attorney, so we can get where you're at located in that building exactly, so we can get you served for court. Next time you're going to make outlandish statements about me at the end of the day, you realize this is going to cost you time and it's going to cost you money. Mostly time, because you don't have any money. You know that for a fact. I checked your finances. you don't have it. But we're still going to sue you. With that being said, well, gotta go, people. You don't work. Think about it. God don't work in that all, period. Don't work at all, period. So, no, we checked his finances. He can't pay that money. But he still got to sue him anyway. And he did dumb stuff. Yeah. I asked if it's worth the lawsuit. And I was like, yeah, it's worth the lawsuit. Of course. He has to learn. He can't never pay us, but he has to sue us. He's still got to sue. What I found out from my family members, the ones he contacted, he carried on and acted up. This is going to end up with his caseworker. And also, too, keep in mind that the money that he took from those people, who knows how many, in that church now scam that he was doing, he's got to pay restitution, which means they're going to go through his accounts and figure out how much money was going into his accounts from this whole church thing, how much he was actually making. He's going to have to pay that money back to those people. Remember, suing him for $250,000. So, stalking us. That's some nasty stuff about us at the end of the day. Alright, I'm done. I've got the surfaces all tested out. I got a chance to look at the Kiwi projector. Oh crap, we didn't shut up the PlayStation. Man. I always forget to shut that thing off. Ugh. Where is the cord for this? I just wrapped through the cord that quick? Oh, look at that. I gotta do all this work in my day to get these products done so I can have my technology up and going. And we gotta deal with boneheads that don't know how to be adults at the end of the day because they have nothing better to do. You know, if you got a job and you got nothing better, go get a second job. Do something. You got nothing better to do. You get locked up. Alright, where's the whatchamacallit for this? I'm going to switch it over and see if I was over there. Maybe turn this thing off. Options. Air position off. Right now that's off. What I like about these projectors, you don't have to wait for them to power down, they just shut right off and they're done. Now I still gotta go in. I'm done, but I gotta come back in. I gotta load a bunch of videos on my flash drive, so I can have more content to show off when I'm actually out and about, showing the screens. And I gotta order one of the buddy generators, little tiny buddy generators to carry around, so I can have something to show. I gotta power this stuff up. So, how much power these things take compared to how much did the generator kick in? Gotta figure out and add that all up. We still got plenty of places to charge it. Is it called my buddy? I think it is. Let's see. Small mini power bank battery. Yeah, they got it. And there, I just stumbled over that thing and they got it. They got what I was wanting at the end of the day. I need a small one that I can put in my bag and carry it around with my projector. Let me see. Let me see. What the heck is that? I don't care. Let me see. Kimi projector. No, I'm gonna butcher it. I can't spell it right. It has a weird name to it. All right, Kimi projector. QUMI Q2. Let me see. Projector. Central. Okay, let me see. So this is my projector specifications. Yeah, there. I was curious what that thing runs. It's 300 lumens. It's 1280 by 800, 1610. It does 1610. Contrast on the thing is 2000 and 2500 to 1 contrast on it. So again, will this work on a gray screen? We'll figure it out, find out tomorrow. Well, Kimi projector at 2500 1 contrast read on a gray screen. It's a DPL projector. Right, things are right, and LED. So there's basically both DPL and LED projector. 30,000 lamp hours. I need to, oh, what's the power consumption for this thing? Alright, power. Oh, that's it? No, that's for something else. It's 85 watts. Okay, 85 watts of power. Alright, let me see. So, let's see. Too big. That's small. The freak things are huge. That's a converter. Let's see. Let me see what one has. Amazon should have one of these. Oh, too many pages open up. Or basically, it's my charging port that's acting up. That needs to be. Yes, a charging port. Okay. Let's get this thing fixed. So all the charging ports acting up. So let's see what's going on with the charging. Let's see. Let's see if it's time. This is damaged. I have no idea how I broke that, but we broke it. Somehow my charge from whatchamacallit broke. There we go. Let me see. The jackery. How big is the jackery? I need small. Copy, small. $89. 288 watts. How small are you? Alright, I need comparison next time. Oh, okay. That's small. Running all that? Or I can definitely run my projector. No, it's going to run all at the same time. Oh, yeah, definitely. This is what we need. All right, that's perfect. Yeah, that definitely works right there. 300 watts. That'll definitely run. And I can charge this thing up with this charging stations all over the place. So get this right here, power surger. So I plug it in so I don't short out my system at the end of the day. I take that sucker. It's $89. That is fantastic. So we got the projector already. We get that right there. I'll load some videos up on the flash drive. Got my Grand Theft Auto bag. And I bought my Grand Theft Auto bag, like the bags you get on GTA and do heights. That's what I call them. Anybody thinking I'm breaking into cars? No. I got my Grand Theft Auto bag, so it's like the bag you carry on heights. That's what I got. Looks pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I can load all my stuff out, go out and do demonstrations anywhere with that. I can power my projector. My projector doesn't have a built-in battery pack system. That's why I need that. All right, get my business cards made and get to work. All right, people. Be safe out there. God bless.